Hey teachers, it's Dr. Bird here. Did you know that how you give feedback is just as important as the feedback itself? It's true. Now, we all know that feedback is a positive thing and it's designed to help the students chase after mastery. But if the feedback is presented in the wrong fashion, it can cause a divide between the teacher and the student. So I know that you are all enjoying your summer break, and that is very important. Time with family and time to relax, that's definitely important. But as master teachers, you also understand the importance of growing as a professional during the summer and seeking those opportunities to do so. And that's what this series is all about. And it's going to center around this book. It's called Ego-Free Leadership. And, you know, when I first got a hold of this book, actually it was given to me by my wife. And I was thinking to myself, wait a second, ego-free, wait a second, I'm the most selfless person I know. And then I thought some more and I was thinking, wait a second, I'm the most selfless person in the world. So I don't understand why I need this book. But anyways, let's get back to that feedback. We want to be able to give effective feedback that pulls the student closer instead of pushing them apart. So there's two ways that we do this. So with feedback, there's either judgment or helpful observations. You want to stay on the helpful observation side. So let's take a look at the judgment. Judgment sends this message: I can't improve. And oftentimes feedback is ineffective because the message sent is not the message received, because the student takes it in as judgment. Have you ever said a student's name because you wanted them to come to you so that you can talk to them and give them some feedback about their performance, and just immediately their body language seemed like they were just so defeated? Well, that's because in their mind, they believe that they were going to receive judgment. And again, judgment means that I can't change this. That's just the way that it is. And unfortunately, students will internalize that judgment and they'll start judging themselves. You've heard students say, oh, I'm not good at math, or I've never been good at social studies, or I just can't do this. So for you as a teacher, it's very important that you help them get over that by making sure that you're not framing your feedback in a way that is judgmental. Now, here are some examples of judgment. Oh, you're lazy, or you wasted class time, or you have a poor work ethic, or you're distracting the class. And here's one that really gets people upset and defensive when they are told that you don't care about school. And so it's really important to stay away from this, because students who feel like they stand in judgment, they become defensive and they become paralyzed over time because they have kept hearing the same thing over and over and over again. So we as teachers, we have to be cognizant of the way we're framing our feedback. Now, what you want to do when you're framing your feedback, you want to frame your feedback as a helpful observation. You as a teacher, you're there to lead and guide and show them the way, but you're also there to be a resource. So you want to send the message to the student that you're there walking right alongside them to help them. So helpful observations send this message: what adjustments need to be made, and how can I help you? There should be, and I'll just include there's sunshine with that statement. That should just brighten the day of a student who year after year after year has because they've made some poor choices, and then they've been told that you're lazy, you got a poor work ethic, and all these kinds of things. When someone comes to them with this kind of feedback, you'll notice this happens to students. There's just been a burden lifted off of their shoulders, because it's not what they thought it was going to be. They thought they were going to be told something that they have been hearing for a long time, but instead, with a helpful observation, that gives them hope for the future. Here's some examples of helpful observations. I noticed that you waited until last week to begin your project that you've had for 3 months. Can you tell me why you did that? Again, that statement is focusing on the decision and not the student. Here's another one. it seems like you're having trouble coming to class on time. Can we talk about that? Now, I know I'm going to get an amen on this one, especially for those of you who are at schools that are issuing laptops or tablets to students. Check this one out. This is the third day in a row that you didn't bring your Chromebook to class. Can I share with you a method that some students use to remember to bring their Chromebook to class? So again, helpful observations focus on solutions. Helpful observations point students towards those adjustments that need to be made. And helpful observations, they don't judge the student and say, and send the message to the student that this is the way it is and it cannot be changed. And think of this too, the posture between the two is completely different. Think of a judge, someone who is judging. A judge sits up high, looks down low, and says, this is the way it is. And helpful observations, that the posture of that is, I'm here with you, I'm right with you. What do we need to do? What adjustments do we need to make? We're in this together. Because ultimately the job of the teacher is to grow their students. And it's kind of like someone working in the garden. A gardener doesn't just sit back and the plants magically plant themselves and grow. No, a gardener has to actually get their hands dirty as well. So they're right alongside there, working with those plants and helping the plants get the things that they need in order to grow. So it is with the teacher. The teacher has to be right, has to send the message to the student that they are right there with the student and they are invested in their growth. So again, I want to point out this book, Ego-Free Leadership. This series is going to focus on things that I've learned and taken away and implemented myself from this book in particular. It's written by two authors. One of them is a consultant, and the other one was a CEO of a business, and they had a working relationship, and they turned this public company around through the things that I have gathered from this book. And if you want to get your copy of this book, just look in the description section below and you'll find a link in order to get a copy of this book. So in order to continue on with this series, what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to click this video right here. You see this video right here? Go ahead and click that. That'll take you to the next episode in this series. So that's going to help you learn and grow so that you can give feedback in the appropriate manner. Additionally, what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to take the time to like, comment, and subscribe, and also share with your fellow teachers, because it is so important that we get this information out so students are filled with hope when you give them that feedback. Additionally, I just want to take a quick second to plug Rodan and Fields. If these are skincare products and they work, I can speak directly for the male regiment here. Gentlemen, if you struggle with razor bumps like I did before I got this product, I can guarantee you this product will change your life. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And I, once again, hope you have a great summer. Continue to learn and grow. Bye.